Thank you for tuning in to this how-to video on the whiteboard. The whiteboard is an interactive Kanban board that will allow you to update and manage your actions. You can also create actions, reassign the action owner, sort the actions by pick list available on your action object, as well as access chatter, log time, manage your checklist items, and save filter criteria. Let's take a look. There are a few places to navigate to the whiteboard. Within the Mission Control console, if you go to the Progress pad, you will be able to access the standalone whiteboard. So this is going to take you to the whiteboard, which is going to show you all of the actions available across multiple projects unless it's filtered to just one project. Another way to access your Kanban whiteboard would be from each individual project. You can go to the project overview and select the whiteboard tab. This will be filtered to the project that you are viewing at the time. You can select the whiteboard tab from the navigation pane on your navigation bar within the app. And if you don't have the same Mission Control app open or available, you can also type in whiteboard in your menu search and select the option from there. Let's take a look at the standalone whiteboard. Within the standalone whiteboard, I can see all of the actions that I currently have assigned, and I'm currently sorting the actions by action owner. But you can sort by any other pick list value on your action object. If you would like to search or sort your actions by milestone, you will need to filter by a project. You can see that I've applied a filter because the funnel has now turned green. There's also the option to cancel out the filter that I have selected, and you can see that I now have the option to sort by milestone on the project. In addition to sorting by your different pick list on the object, you can select which options are available within the screen. So say for instance I'm filtering by my action owners. However, I only want to see the columns for Colin and Mick, and so I can select which action owners or actions are viewed in that sense. Let's check out the settings within the whiteboard. In the toolbar at the top, you can select the settings gear. You do have the option to override these settings within the Mission Control console. If these settings are overridden within the console control pad, then you will not be able to navigate to your settings window from your whiteboard. You would have to navigate to the settings within the control pad. Within the settings, you can change how you view your cards, your Kanban cards. If you would prefer to view a shortened or compact view, you can select your default view. If you want to have the option to expand and collapse your cards, you can select both, and this will allow you to choose which action cards you view further detail on. You can also enable and disable which board features you would like to have on your screen. So if you don't want to be able to add actions, quick add actions, or reassign using the roles tab, you can disable this from within the settings. You can also manage how many actions are displayed at once. If you have projects with tons of actions, or in this instance I'm on the standalone whiteboard, if I'm trying to load in all of the actions over all of the projects that I have available, this can cause a timing error within Salesforce for meeting Salesforce limits. So you may want to filter down to a lesser amount of actions so you don't receive any errors. You can select what color reference for your projects, whether it's the color field on your project object or the Gantt chart settings, which can be found in the control pad. You can also select which fields to include on your Kanban cards. So if you have any custom fields or additional fields that you want to view when viewing more information, you can do so from here. You can also choose which icons are available on your Kanban card. So if you don't want certain users to access chatter, or they're not going to use certain features like the user stories, going to your issue manager, or seeing some of the hour summary, checklist summary at the bottom of your action cards, which we'll see in just a second, you can disable this from within your settings. In addition to this, you can also choose how to sort your cards. So there's already a whiteboard priority sorting that is in effect. You can choose to sort your actions in a different order, or you can use the whiteboard priority order field where you can select the order that it's displayed. Next, taking a look at the remaining icons in our toolbar here, you can choose to expand all or collapse all of the cards that you have using the expand and collapse buttons. Again, you have your filter icon, the cancel filter, and your settings for your view, your display. So in addition to your column sorting, there is a summary field. So the number in parentheses at the top next to the action owner name will summarize how many actions I have available. The number that is shown in parentheses next to the action owner name is the number of actions that are available within that column. The number below the action owner name would be the item that is selected within the summary field. So right now I have it filtered or summarizing the total amount of checklist items that are assigned to the actions within that column. Right now I only have one checklist item under one of my actions. So this is the only one that is currently showing. We've reviewed selecting your column heading and selecting which options are available. You also have your add action button. So if this is enabled within your whiteboard settings, then you'll be able to quick add actions from this button. This will open up the new action modal and allow you to provide further details on your action. You can also use the quick add action bar within the top of each column. This will allow you to select what milestone and budget item you may want to relate your action to. You can enter in an action name and so on. And then hitting enter or selecting the check mark will save your new action. Because I've created this under the under Andy's column that has been auto assigned to Andy, but you can also use the roles tab to select a role and reassign by dragging and dropping. Because I've reassigned that action to Chris, the action has now moved to a different column as well. You can also filter on the roles that are available and select a preset filter or turn on the settings to only view action owners or contributors for this project. You can also sort or search by skills, proficiency, and team from within the Roles tab. After creating your actions, you can also drag and drop. So the whiteboard is interactive. So say for instance, I have my actions sorted by status. I can update the status quickly by dragging and dropping my action card within the display. I can also reassign by dragging and dropping. And then if I am to navigate to the record detail, you'll see that I have now reassigned the action owner for this action. Speaking of icons, let's go ahead and take a look at the icons that are available on the action cards. To start, you'll have an image of the action owner. If you have your picture uploaded within Salesforce to your profile, this is the image that is going to show on your role card. This icon to the upper left corner will be if this action has contributors. So you may notice that this symbol is missing on other cards. This is because they do not have contributors. So if you hover over that, you'll get a quick summary of the contributors and hours available. You also have a link to your chatter feed, which will come up for your action, milestone, and your project object or record that this action relates to. Next, you have your checklist item manager, where you can quick add and manage your checklist items. You have your issue manager, your log time button, as well as your record details. So anywhere you see this eye icon within mission control, that will allow you to navigate to your record detail. From your record detail, you can also get to the resource assignment wizard, which will be this blue icon in the upper right corner. You can edit or delete your action item from here as well. At the bottom here, this icon will allow you to expand and contract your action card. And then we get a few fields that I've added from the whiteboard settings, as well as a link to my action, milestone, and project, and then my action ID number. Towards the bottom of the card, we have a summary of the hours for this action, as well as a checklist item summary. If I had further details added to the action, for instance, if I had any issues, you'll get a issue summary as well as a progress bar. So this is the bar that is at the bottom of the action. This is going to show the progress on the action right here. You may notice I also have a warning symbol on my action cards, or on a few of the action cards, not all of them. This is going to pertain to the date on my action. So if I am over the end date on my action or nearing the end date, then I will receive a red end date warning symbol. If I am within a day or two of the end date, I will receive a yellow warning symbol. Let's take a look at the filter options available on the whiteboard. So I'm going to cancel out the filter that I currently have, which is set to a project so that I can filter by milestone. But I wanted to actually check the actions, all of the actions that I have available within my system. And I will keep it sorted by status. So if you have any If you have too many actions and you want to use the filters, you can select by project, milestone, project categories, skills, status for your milestone, project, or action. You can select to filter by action type or type in keywords regarding your action. So if I only wanted to see actions related to design, then I can type that here. You have some role filters, so if I want to filter by project owner, by team, skills, or proficiency, I can do so from here as well, and so forth. So you can also use relative date filters and filter by the action start and ending dates. If I don't want to select a filter all of the time, I want to save a filter, then I can do so by selecting the options that I want to filter by and then selecting save on the new filter. So the new filter option, then select save. This is going to change to allow me to update the filter name. So this will be for in progress actions. I will save. And now anytime I select that filter option, I will be able to have my actions automatically filtered in progress. You can also delete. So I will select this list, this filter list, and delete. So I will no longer have that option available. So anytime I would want to create a new preset filter, select the options that you would like to filter by. Make sure your preset filter is set to new filter and select save so that you can rename your filter. Thank you for tuning in to this video on the whiteboard. If you have any questions or require support, please feel free to reach out with using the following links below. Be sure to check out further training videos on the mission control features, and thank you for watching.